chapter 6. For the leader, with string music, on the Shemini, a psalm of David. O Lord, rebuke me not in your anger, neither chasten me in your wrath. Be gracious unto me, O Lord, for I languish away. Heal me, O Lord, for my bones are affrighted. My soul also is sore affrighted in you, O Lord. How long? Return, O Lord, deliver my soul, save me for your mercy's sake. For in death there is no remembrance of you, in the netherworld who will give you thanks? I am weary with my groaning every night, make I my bed to swim. I melt away my couch with my tears. Mine eye is dimmed, because of vexation, it waxeth old because of mine adversaries. Depart from me, all you workers of iniquity, for the Lord hath heard the voice of my weeping. The Lord hath heard my supplication, the Lord receives my prayer. All my enemies shall be ashamed and sore affrighted. They shall turn back, they shall be ashamed suddenly. All right, let's go back up verse 1. Now this is for the leader, once again, a psalm for the leader, or this one who is leading this. And we're going to find out, it may be in this case, the leader of the band is of it. And this is going to be with stringed music. And these stringed musics are these ones that make the twanging sound. These twangings, and I have referred to this before. And these twangings call to remembrance God, to call to remembrance to God these things that come from God, even the pleasantries. And this one's going to be on the Sheminith. Now the Sheminith it comes from the word Shmona, and that is 8, and it probably refers to an octave, and it's probably going to be the lowest notes possibly sung by man, or the baritone. And this could possibly as well be an instrument, because it does say on the Sheminith, and this would probably be more like an 8-stringed instrument that is like a bass guitar today, we would think of. But it is also a psalm of David, and that's a song of David. David means beloved. It means the chosen. I call him the chosen one. And we'll find out it's going to be a period where David was in distress. David was being troubled, we know, because that's what it says. O Lord, verse 2, O Lord, rebuke me not in your anger, neither chasten me in your wrath. Rebuke me not. Don't come against me or in your anger. This would be in some kind of rage of punishment. Neither chasten me in your wrath. Punish me now in your great anger. We'll find out. David is going to call for the mercy of God. God is always merciful. And God he ain't like a man who would just fly off the handle, so to speak, in great anger. 3. Be gracious unto me, O Lord, for I languish away. Heal me, O Lord, for my bones are affrighted. Be gracious unto me, O Lord, to show me grace, to show me a little bit of favor now, for I languish away. Heal me. I languish away. I'm suffering, and I am suffering. And this kind of sounds like the words of Job a little bit, because he is suffering. He says, heal me, make me whole again, O Lord, for my bones are affrighted. My bones, those things that are within me, these things that can be shaken, these are affrighted. This affrighted is to be distressed or under distress. Within me I am greatly in distress, for my soul also is sore affrighted, and you, O Lord, how long? My soul, and this is that inner man, that man within even is sore affrighted, or he is being troubled. That's why we know it. This is a period where David is troubled, and he's singing a song to call remembrance, this period where he was troubled. 5. Return, O Lord, and deliver my soul. Save me for your mercy's sake. Deliver my soul. We'll find out from the trouble these enemies of David had at that time was going around, and they was troubling him, causing him all kinds of hardship. He was forced to live in caves and everything else when Saul was after him. But he says, save me, and for your mercy's sake, for the sake of your mercy, to show your mercy, so to speak. 6, for in death there is no remembrance of you. In the netherworld who will give you thanks? For in death, and that death is anything that is life, anything that is not the joy of life, we find would be nearing death or growing toward that direction. And in death there's no remembrance of you, David says, in the netherworld. That's that world that is below. Nether means lower, and a world that is lower, we'll find out is as if there is a place even in death, and that is called the netherworld or the lower world. I like to think of, there is kind of like two netherworlds. One netherworld would be that kingdom which is lower than God's kingdom, which would be this kingdom here, this one that he give man charge over, which he has a good way of messing things up. But we'll find out there's another one, and that would be the death, that grave, that place of darkness even. Death is, can be just sin. God said and told Adam and Eve, in the day you partake of that, you will die. But they didn't believe God, and to make a long story short, they partook of it through temptation, wanting to be like God, and we'll find out God said they was dead. Of course, they didn't believe it, but Adam and Eve knew their nakedness because they were made flesh in that moment. And to be flesh, to be in the flesh, is to be one step closer to the grave, so to speak. Now the grave is imminent. It is there, and we face it. 7, I am weary with my groaning. Every night make I my bed to swim. I melt away my couch with my tears. For I am weary with my groaning, and my cryings, and my complaints, and all these things that I suffer. We'll find out David wasn't enough trouble that people wanted to kill David, but David had a lot of people trying to take advantage of him, take snaring. He says, and every night make I my bed to swim. And this here is to, basically, what he's saying, I'm crying so much, I'm making my bed, this place where I lie, this is to swim, to float. I melt away my couch with my tears. My complaints are so many that my couch is floating away. This place that I call rest is floating away. Anytime I'm brought to rest and have a moment, my troubles are so great that I do nothing but complain and weep and I'm weary now. He says, David is weary from it. 8, mine eye is dim because of vexation. It waxes old because of mine adversaries. And my eye is dimmed, or my eye grows dim. And this is through the process of aging, these perceptions from all the trouble and all the enemies, we can say, these adversaries, these adversities even of life. It is dimmed, it grows old, it gets weary, and we'll find out it's like a battle sometimes. 9, depart from me, all you workers of iniquity, for the Lord hath heard the voice of my weeping. Depart from me. Depart, that means to get away from me, all you workers of iniquity, these workers of perversion, these ones who all they want to do is distort and it's a form of trickery, it's lying through deception. Because the Lord has heard the voice of my weeping. God has heard my supplications. God has heard my complaints. These things that are made known or made simple, we'll find out. God is always good to hear the voice of the one who tries to be right before the Lord, to try to make himself correct, as David did. And he had heard the voice of the weeping against these workers of iniquity, these ones who were always trying to lay a snare and be a snare. We spoke some about those in the last Psalm 10. The Lord has heard my supplication. The Lord receives my prayer. The Lord receives, or the Lord has taken in. This is like to lay hold on. He has laid hold on. He has grasped it, taken hold of it. It's lakach. We'll find out God is always good to receive the prayers of those who stand before him, who are not ashamed to stand before him, I should say, who have submitted themselves to the judgment of God, laid hold of the law, taken up his understanding, and are not afraid to stand before the Lord. 11. All my enemies shall be ashamed and sore frighted. They shall turn back, they shall be ashamed suddenly. And all my enemies, these would be all those that come against, all those who present themselves as an adversary, shall be ashamed and sore frighted. These would be adverse. We'll find out. David followed the law of God. David tried to do what was right. But they shall be ashamed and sore frighted, confounded, confused, is what this is. This word ashamed here is bush. And bush is like, it's kind of like a double negative, so to speak, but it's a verb. It's actually a verb. It has an action to go with it. And what it is to be ashamed and confounded. Be ashamed even by your confusion, so to speak. But they shall be ashamed, yes, even suddenly. This suddenly is like with the wink of an eye, in a very short amount of time. It is rega, and rega means just that. It's like a wink. It's just like a blink, a snap of a fingers, it's done. See, and the confusion that God brought all those that come against Israel. This even a confusion, a confoundment, even that which causes shame, that the amazement. This. We're going to move forward. We're going to go to Psalms 7. Turn, return.